Hello everyone, I am Laethas and welcome back to another video, and today I have another manga first impressions, this time for the long series by Yoshiki Nakamura, put out by Viz Media under their Shoujo Beat imprint, Skip Beat. Now, normally, since I've read 8 volumes of the series, I would not consider this a first impressions video, but considering that the series is over 40 volumes long, and still ongoing, I'm still very, let's say, early into the series, but to get started with just the volume, these are just standard Viz Media Shoujo Beat volumes, and they're going to run for $10 or $9, depending on what print run you are ordering, because back in the day, Viz sold manga at $9, but nothing all that different. Yeah, first off, the series is long, so that is a little daunting. It's a 40-volume ongoing series, but, is it worth it? Do I think you should pick the series up? But, to get into, my opinions on the series, Skip Beat was a series that in the first 1 to 2 volumes, I was kind of on the fence about, and so I would read them, one at a time. And then by the 3rd volume, I was more interested in the series, and then come the 4th volume, I was completely hooked, and I've been loving the series ever since. Yeah, if you didn't like the 1st volume, or if you've read it, the first 1 or 2 volumes, I'd recommend picking up the 3rd and 4th and reading those, because I can safely say that beyond that point, from what I've read from the first 8 volumes, past volume 3 or 4, the series is absolutely fantastic. Now, why do I think the series is fantastic? And it largely has to do with our main character, Kyoko, here. Because, she's a fantastic and fun character to watch. Not only that, but she's just a very enjoyable... She has a great personality, sort of mixtures. A bunch of different personality traits that sort of come together to make up her character and the way she interacts with the characters around her. And another thing that's very nice about the series is its very refreshing take on a lot of standard shoujo tropes, because instead of being sort of the story revolving around our main character being in love, the story starts off sort of on the tail end of that, where she is a little bit of spoilers, but it's in the first 1 or 2 chapters, but she is spurned by her lover, and from that point on, she decides that she is going to get revenge on him, and her lover, or her would-be or somewhat boyfriend, but not really, he kind of just used her. He is a movie star, or trying to be a movie star, and so she decides that, you know what, in order to get revenge on you, I am going to be a bigger star than you ever will be. And so she starts off on this sort of revenge quest, sort of on the onset. And so a lot of funny things happen because of that, because it's not a typical sort of goal or ambition for a main shoujo protagonist. It's kind of off the beaten path from what a lot is coming out, or, a lot of shoujo that's out there. So if you're not huge into shoujo, or you're looking for something different, this is a series I highly recommend, because it is that different and it's new, and it's not taking on the same sort of tropes and aspects that most shoujo sort of try and go after. And another thing about this series is it has some very fun and quirky side characters. The main, sort of the CEO of the company that she tries to work for is completely eccentric and insane, and he's very, very fun to watch sort of, put his influence into things, because he likes to do things the way that he wants to do them, and he really doesn't care what other people think, and so he does some really crazy, outlandish stuff, and also to Kyoko, as you'll see, in the series, so some very, very fun interactions arise because of that. Now, to get into the artwork, It's nothing fantastic or amazing, but you know, it is good. Not going to blow your mind. It is not Kentaro Miura, you know, but it passes. So, you know, standard shoujo artwork, nothing amazing, but nothing, you know, it's good. You'll enjoy the artwork if you're you know, a fan of good artwork, and you won't be sort of disappointed on that front. But yeah, a lot of the story revolves more around the character Kyoko and her interactions with the other characters, as opposed to some overarching narrative. While that is a part of the series, it tries to put most of its focus on either progressing or developing its characters, especially Kyoko, and sort of how she changes the people around her. So that's very, very interesting. It's not so much about her goals and her desires, so much as it is about her sort of getting there and the things that happen along the way, as those things are sort of coming to fruition. So yeah, if you're even if you're not a shoujo fan, I do recommend picking up Skip Beat. If you're not that into the first 1 or 2 volumes, I recommend giving volumes 3 and 4 a chance, because I think beyond that point the series is fantastic, and I cannot wait to pick up more. But yeah, that will do it for this first impressions video. If you enjoyed, let me know. And you know, leave your comments down below. Is there any series I should do a first impressions on? How well do you think I did in this video? Give me feedback, that kind of thing. If you would like to follow me on Twitter, there's a link to that in the description down below. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and share. But yeah, you know, that is my review, or not review, first impressions for Skip Beat. If you'd like to keep up to date with all my content, you can hit that subscribe button. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I am Laethas. Goodbye.